This is Dormouse03, and this is part 2 of chapter 2 of my Max Payne 3 old school difficulty walkthrough. And so this is the beginning of the section where you are controlling the sniper rifle, which, I don't know, I just have problems using these guns with the laser targeting. I don't know. I just have problems with them. So I was sitting here going, oh god, he's gonna shoot her. But he didn't. But that section can be deceiving. These parts here where you're trying to watch out for Giovanna or whatever her name is, they'll shoot her really quickly, and so you want to make sure that no one gets close. And on that first part, once you shoot a couple of them, guys will start running toward her to kill her. So you want to make good use of your bullet time. You want to make shots as accurate as you can with this piece of shit gun that you have. I mean, the gun is good, it's just the targeting that I hate. I wish I could take that laser off and just give it a regular target, but you can't, so it might take a couple of tries, but you should get it. It's not too bad. And once you sort of memorize where guys come out and want to kill her, then you'll be okay. But yeah, there are a couple of sections of this game where you're looking out for somebody else, and luckily they don't last too terribly long because they're not generally the most fun sections. Just because they're usually using something like this with this laser or a sniper rifle, which I don't know, I haven't fiddled with my gameplay controls too terribly much, so I'm sure that there's a way for me to fix this, but and I'll probably talk about it more when I get to the section on chapter 3. But anything that is a sniper rifle, when I zoom in, I have to control the aiming with my left thumbstick instead of the right, which is just crazy weird. I don't understand why it does that, and like I said, there has to be some way to turn it off. I just haven't messed with it enough to figure out how. So if you know, send me a message, leave a comment, let me know how to do that, because it would be extremely useful, rather than trying to aim with my left stick, which just sucks. So, in any case, after you shoot these guys and shoot the second rocket, you will be done with the part in the air, and now you are back on 2 feet, thankfully. That section is done, and for whatever reason it takes all your painkillers away there. There are certain spots in this game where Max just drops somehow all of his painkillers. I don't know if they like fell out of his coat or what happened, but it removed all of them, so now all you have is the 2 that you picked up right there, and yep, now you have to do this whole last bit, which is the hardest part of this section, mostly because there's no checkpoint from here to the very end. So keep that in mind. So you want to make sure that you're using those painkillers, if you have to, using them wisely. And so what I like to do here is just stand up here and make sure that you get... Sometimes Max can get in an angle where if you're too close to the wall, he holds his gun up in the air or something, and you won't be shooting anybody. So you want to be careful of that. But if you stay up there and sort of peek out around the corner, you can take care of most of these guys, no problem. That last one had a shotgun, and you want to make sure to kill him at a fair distance. And then there's one guy that will rush you coming around these signs, and he can kill you pretty quickly, so you want to watch out for him. He'll run through, there he is, and clean him up. And then I like to run over to this sign and get into cover right here. Because look at that, one shot, a third of my life gone. So, yep, now I just hide out behind the sign, and here is where I first start using blind fire, which is gonna be super, super useful for you if you haven't figured out already. The blind fire is just, it's a lifesaver at times, and you can still get shot when you're blind firing. They can sort of shoot your arm just like you can shoot them when they're blind firing, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. So yeah, being able to blind fire is going to save your life in some spots, especially in areas where you don't have to worry about ammo conservation. So I killed all those guys, but the kill cam hasn't come on, so I know that there's still going to be some dudes up here, and I want to try to trigger, they're going to come out from right there, and I want to try to trigger them to come out while I'm hanging back as much as possible. So there he is. Kill him, because I do not want to do that section over again. And here are these guys. Make good use of that bullet time, because yeah, like I said, there's no checkpoints here, and if you die right now, it's all the way back to when you got off of the helicopter. So it's just one of those spots where they just don't give you good checkpoints. So yep. But luckily this is the end, so you don't have to worry about conserving any painkillers. You can be pretty generous with those two that you picked up. If you can make it to this point where I just used one, you're doing pretty good. And take care of this guy, and he is the last one. And so now you can breathe a sigh of relief. You've gotten through the worst of Chapter 2.
I was up for one god-awful performance review.
And so, again, this level wasn't too bad, difficulty-wise. I mean, there were a couple of tricky parts, but all in all, not too terribly difficult. Now, when you get a little bit later on in the game, things change pretty quickly. But right now, you're still having fun. And so hopefully that was helpful. And I will see you in Chapter 3.